Hi, my name is Ravi Verma. I'm the founder and CEO at orgwhispers.com. And today I want to share some lessons from one of my favorite teachers, my middle school daughter. It started on a drive. My daughter and I have not been well for a few days, so she had to miss a few days of school. So we're driving past her elementary school. And she said, "You know something, Daddy? When I used to be sick in elementary school and I would go back after missing a few days, not a single teacher would ask me, 'How are you? Why didn't you come to school for so many days?' And when I miss school right now in middle school and I go back, there's so many teachers who ask me, 'Why didn't you come to school? We missed you. You're the one who answers all the questions in class, and we usually have to tell you to stop answering so others get a chance. And because you were not there, we couldn't say that.'" As I was listening to her, I realized something about belonging. It's something we can't intellectualize. Maybe it's hard to define intellectually, but we feel it in our body when we have it and we don't. And I started reflecting on my journey, my search for belonging. And I wanted to share lessons I learned from 10 teachers, the 6 levels of belonging, and the 4 communities that I got as a result of my search. It starts with the story of loss. I used to have a beautiful community. For 13 years, I was part of it. I felt I belonged. We were unified by a sense of purpose and shared values. Somewhere along the way, that community died. I felt it in my body. My soul had wisdom that my brain and my heart were not yet ready to accept. And so I stuck. I stuck in that relationship which had died longer than I should have because I was scared. I was also sad about what I had lost and I was not ready to face it. But finally, one day, I saw something that I could not unsee and I realized that it was time to move on. And my body, my heart, my soul, my brain, they were all aligned and I let go. But then that destruction, that loss, the grief created space for something new. And I had the energy to start searching for belonging, for community again. And I found 4 communities. The first one was the Plano Chamber of Commerce. I just got back from a lunch. It was a lunch organized by the Women's Committee. I was one of only 2 guys in a room full of women, but I felt I belonged. Why? Because of Jenny, who welcomed me into the chamber, was curious about me. What are my goals? She introduced me to Leah. Leah took the time to meet me, connect me to the right committees. And then she introduced me to Lakia, who's going to help me with marketing. The second community I found was the US Indo Chamber of Commerce. Whenever I go to this community, it's so unlike any Indian community or networking group I have ever been to. I feel like I'm welcomed with open arms, and I couldn't make sense of it. So I asked the president, Raj Daniels, if he'd be willing to meet with me, and then it all made sense. Raj told me his vision was to create an organization that put its arms around the Dallas Fort Worth community. And then it all made sense. Because of his vision, his actions are aligned with his vision, and now that is contagious. It radiates through the actions of every member of the chamber. The third one was ICF North Texas. I just joined the chamber, went to my first lunch, and everybody welcomed me. "Ravi, we are so glad to have you here." Most of them are not even members of the leadership team. They're just members who are so happy to have me there. And then the speaker, Nick Dillon, looked each one of us in the eye and he said, "You belong. You're wanted. We need you here. We want you here. Help us make this place better. Help us make everyone feel included." And finally, I'm part of a community called Hire. It's been a while since I felt I belonged on LinkedIn. I've got almost 9,000 followers. If I create a post, I'll be lucky if it breaks double digits. But if I make a post on Hire, Arlene and Lewis are going to engage with it. If I ask for help, they will make sure that the rest of the community knows I need help, and the community will help me. So different. So these teachers, along with 6 other communities or rather organizations that I am not going to mention because I have not had a pleasant experience with them, they taught me about the 6 levels of belonging. Level 1 is very transparent and very clear. Rejection. Ravi, don't want you, don't want your money. I love it. I decided to go elsewhere. Level 2, they want my money, but when I try to engage with them, they're like, no, buzz off. We don't want you here. We want your money, but we don't want you. The third level, the CEOs asked me, help us achieve our revenue goals, help us make more money, help us achieve our strategic goals. They didn't ask me about me. What are my hopes? What are my dreams? What do I want? How can they help me? No, it was all about them. Level 4, they welcomed me, but then that's it. No action about partnering with me. Level 5 included me, were curious about me, plugged me into the right networks. And level 6 made me feel hugged. In some cases, I got literal physical hugs. In some cases, it was just emotional. Some closing thoughts. Like I said before, belonging is very hard to articulate intellectually, but you feel it in your body, whether when you have it and when you don't. Life is short. Go where you're celebrated. Don't stay where you're tolerated. And I know this is hard because I stayed way longer than I should have in a transactional situation which had ceased to be a relationship and a community a long time ago. If you don't have a place, go look for it. If you still can't find it, go build it. Until our next conversation, thank you. And I wish that you find and give community to everyone around you.